Choosing the right seat when you're flying coach can determine whether your flight leaves you cramped and cranky or rested and relaxed. CBS News travel editor Peter Greenberg is here with secrets to finding the perfect seat when you're flying coach.
In coach. I know it seems hard to believe, but you can do it.
I got to do it today, and I'm really not looking forward to it because I know what seat I have already.
I'm sorry to hear.
But people, when they are flying, a lot of times they'll choose either the bulkhead or the exit rows because they think it means the most room. But you say that's not necessarily the case.
On short-haul flights, exit row might be okay, a little bit more leg room, but on long-haul flights, not a good deal. Why? The seat backs don't recline, the armrests don't come up, you're trapped in there. And the bulkhead row, one of the most overrated bulkhead seats ever. Why? Because we live in the world of carry-on bags. Those overhead compartments fill up very, very quickly. Guess what? No place to put your stuff. But there is one saving grace for the bulkhead row. If you're a family traveling with kids, please, that's where you want to put your kids, because when they want to kick the person in front of them, they're kicking a wall, and they're not kicking me.
Well, that's the other problem, too. If it's a closed bulkhead, I mean, your feet are like right
exactly.
up against
it. So overrated, trust me.
So you talk about the seat, I guess the seating varying on different airlines in different jets and whatnot. So you really kind of have to be careful of the whole seating chart thing.
You do, but you can go to seatguru.com, a very good website, good resource that actually gives you the actual seat configurations on every plane from every different airline, because a lot of airlines fly similar planes, but the configurations are all different.
And a lot of the airlines, I mean, are they charging you more for seats that have a little bit more leg room or are a little bit more of a priority? There
is that premium economy push from a lot of different airlines, but what we're talking about today, no. These are seats that are priced exactly the same as other coach seats.
All right, let's take a look at your typical 757. Okay. And here we have a United 757.
Correct.
Let's talk about the target seats in coach that you recommend.
Well, this is the secret seat here. There are two of them, 10A and 10F. Why? Because there is no 9A and there is no 9F because of the exit door. So you're in a window seat that you can actually go forward on. You have total legroom because there's not a seat in front of you. And also that means if you need to go to the bathroom during the flight, you don't have to climb over other people. You just get up and move forward. You'll find this also on Delta flights on 757s. You'll find them on American Airlines flights. It's either 10A or 10F, or in some configurations, 9A or 9F, but those are the seats you want.
If the folks at home are wondering what all the noise is, we're trying to make it sound as though people are boarding a plane right now to kind of give you the full effect. Let's move on to a 767 right now. I think we have an American 767.
Now, this is the one that flight attendants get very angry at me for mentioning, but I'm going to mention it. It's 17. There's a flight picking up with a dog right now. 17H and J are the secret seats. Also 17A and B. Why? Because on a 767-200, on an international flight, they're considered crew rest seats, meaning you cannot sell them to passengers. They're for the flight attendants to rest on long-haul flights. On domestic flights, there are no crew rest seats. The flights aren't long enough. They can sell them as revenue seats. And what's cool about these seats, they recline better. They have more legroom. In some cases, they're even curtained off as a special compartment. So,
what if you get locked out of these seats? Is there any other way you can possibly get a decent seat if they're locked out?
Well, that's when you go back to the exit row seat. Worst of all things, you at least get an aisle row there, and you're okay.
All right, let's talk about a 747 British Airways.
No, actually, sorry, 747. What's interesting about this? We heard about the dreaded middle seat, right? Nobody ever wants that seat, except in this case. It's almost going to sound like a double negative. Look at the back of the plane. You see how it tapers? All right? So that means at the back of the plane, there are no 3 seats across. There are only 2 seats across, and the middle seat is the one you want. 51J, 52J, 51B, 52B. Why? Because there's no seat to the right or the left of you, and there's no seat in front of you. You have extra space to your right and in front.
I was going to say, I didn't notice that, but you got that little space right.
And nobody ever figures this out, but those are the secret seats.
You say one of the things you should also do is, like we kind of mentioned before, is check out the configuration. And if you all of a sudden find that, okay, if you've got a flight at noon, it's a 737. If you take the flight at 3, it's a 757. Find out exactly what the lay of the land is for.
And you want to do that when you reserve your flight. Ask them what the equipment is, and then either go to the airline website configuration chart or Seat Guru and pick that seat. A lot of airlines will hold back 30% of their seats for airport check-in, and that's because they overbook a lot. They'll always hold back the extra row seats because people still think it's a great idea. Don't.
And with some airlines, it's different. You can have the A320 here, but on Spirit, let's say in JetBlue, there is a slight difference, as you can see.
Oh, there's a big difference. Over 30 seats on Spirit, more on the same particular equipment than JetBlue. Look at that. Oh, 178 seats on Spirit. And by the way, those seats on Spirit, you'll love this. They don't recline. Good luck. So JetBlue, much better deal.
One thing I do like about JetBlue is you can pay a little extra for the added legroom.
You don't like those little blue chips they give you out there? But bottom line, if you're going to get on a flight that the seats don't recline, that's where you want the aisle seat. At least you want to keep your options open and get out of it.
All right, Peter, great stuff. Good to see you.